working on the daily driver Bronco today. Oh, if you can hear that squeak, I can hear that squeak. Ignore that tap. Hear that squeak? It ain't coming from the belt truck. I feel like there's something going on underneath that valve cover, so looks like we're going to be ripping this thing apart today, see what's going on. Alright, trying to figure out this noise here, and I don't think it's the engine. I think it's actually coming from the distributor. Check this out. That sounds terrible. That sounds terrible. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, that sounds awful. I think the distributor's going bad. Well, look at that. Push on the. Yeah. I think we need to replace the distributor in this thing. Okay. I guess, well, it needed a tune-up anyway, so I guess I can put the valve cover back on and I'll do a tune-up whilst I wait for my new distributor to come. Alright, well, while we're waiting on parts to do the tune-up on this thing, we gotta look at this one, because that right there, that's part of our fan shroud. I don't know what happened, man. We were, look, here's a piece. There's a piece. I don't know what happened. Look at this. The top of the radiator is mangled. Something happened. The fan got up in the shroud and it full on just destroyed the shroud. So I'm gonna try and get this thing out of here. Hopefully the radiator's not too mangled. I don't see any leaks, but for now I gotta get the shroud out of here and I gotta figure out what in the hell happened that the fan hit the shroud. Maybe we need motor mounts, because of course that's like one of the few things I didn't change on this truck. But let me get what's left of this shroud out for now, and then we'll go from there. Well, I got what's left of the fan shroud out. It's pretty well destroyed. So unfortunately, the fan is also mangled pretty badly. So I could probably fix this. But I don't think I'm gonna buy. I think I'm just gonna order a new fan. You know, crawling under the truck and the motor mounts look like crap, so I'm guessing that's what actually went wrong. So while I'm waiting for a fan shroud, I think I'm gonna run over to the auto parts store, get a set of motor mounts, and get them swapped out in the meantime. Engine's up in the air, motor mounts are out. These things are absolutely beat, completely cracked, both of them all the way around. I don't know how I didn't see that before, but oh well, it is what it is. Lesson learned. So got a set of new motor mounts right here, so I'm just gonna roll into the truck, get these things in, and get this motor set back down in its place. So I have the driver's side motor mount just kind of set in place right now. We jack the motor all the way up until it strikes the plenum strikes the firewall, and there's just enough room you can squeak the old ones out and the new ones in. And then you know, set it down just low enough that you can get the bolts into the block, and then I've got the nut on here and everything is loose. That way I can kind of like move the drive line around a little bit, because this side isn't quite lining up just right on the block yet. I have the trans mat loose, and I'm just kind of gonna get up under here with a pry bar and see if I can just wiggle everything around, shift everything around, and try and get. It looks like the whole drive line is like this, and we got to get her straightened out a little bit. So I'm just gonna get under here, wiggle everything around a little bit, and see if I can get this lined up so we can set them bolts in, and then we'll actually set it down in the frame. All right, both motor mounts are now torqued to the block like they're supposed to be. So now the engine is actually sitting back in the cradle like it should be. So now all we got to do is get them studs torqued down, and then we'll retorque our trans mount, because it does appear that the drive line was shifted a little bit. probably from me putting a transmission on an engine with, you know, 30-year-old motor mounts, and that wouldn't surprise me if that's actually when they tore. Didn't even think about that one. Anyways, I'm gonna get these torqued down, and then I can get out from underneath this truck. Engine is set back in place. I got her fan pretty much all straight, and all the blades look pretty good, so that's cool. Still waiting on the fan shroud. Hopefully we don't need a radiator. This corner got pretty well mangled over here. I'm hoping I can straighten it without it cracking, so we'll find out. Fan shroud comes later today. In the meantime, I'm gonna move over to this thing and start the tune-up. The distributor is new. The replacement distributor is supposed to be coming today as well, so I figured in the meantime I can do plugs, wires, change the coil and stuff, get all that done. So I thought this was kind of nice. On a whim, I decided to try these blue streak plug wires. And everybody always says, you know, Ford Racing 9mm. These are 9mm as well, and these things, holy cow, man, look how beefy these things are. Like, there's like a whole extra jacket on here. They're way heavier than the Ford Racing ones, and they come with these pretty sweet boots or sleeves for the spark plug boots, which should be pretty nice since, you know, we do have headers on this thing. So you know, nothing exciting going on here. I'm just gonna pull the plugs out, get the new ones in. I'm gonna route the new wires this way. As soon as the new distributor comes, I can just stab it and just plug the wires in. I don't have to mess around with routing. But I'm just trying to get myself set up so we can hopefully take both of these trucks for test drives tomorrow. So yeah, boring tune-up stuff coming ahead. Driver's side plugs are out. I don't actually remember how many miles are on these things. This one, that gap looks a little funny. But it could be 30,000 miles on these things. There could be 90,000 miles on these things. I have absolutely no idea. So, you know, here we are right here, right now. We're putting new plugs in this truck, and there's 215,000 on the clock. So, yeah, now I know 3 years from now, if this motor even makes it another 3 years, I know when to change my plugs. So yeah, let's get the new ones in. All right, I'm getting ready to put my coil bracket back on, because that's, you know, still off from when we had the valve cover off. I'm going with an OEM ignition coil this time, EG 470. Supposedly this coil makes 48,000 volts, which, or at least that's what I can see online, and that's exactly what all the high performance coils, the MSCs and everybody else makes. So at that point, why run their coils when I can just run an OEM one? So anyways, we're gonna put this one on, and we'll see how well it works. All right, fan shroud came in the mail. Let's see what we got going on here.
Oh, I don't know what's inside.
It's mommy's new fan shroud. Want to see? Want to see? What do you think, bud? You think that's going to do the job?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, cool. Let's put it on, shall we?
Yeah.
Everything's all back together. Looks good. So, this one's fixed. Now I gotta fix this one. All right, she needs a distributor, and a distributor is what we got. So that is definitely a distributor. All right, let's get that hunk of junk out of there. Distributor's out. Doesn't. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's our squeak. It's a little looser than other one, but that squeak, man. Right there. So that's definitely it. So that makes me feel a lot better. Like, definitely this. So, all right, cool, moving on. Let's see here. Oh, somewhere around there. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that's it. Where's the clamp? What do I do with the clamp? Ah, here we go. Okay. Let's see, what kind of throw we have? Oh, yeah, okay. Somewhere right around there, I think, is where she needs to be. Okay. Let me throw, what did I do with the cap? Okay, I'm gonna throw the cap on and then we're gonna start routing these wires. I don't know if I showed this or not. Ford Racing, 9mm wire, blue streak. These things are absolutely massive by comparison. Whole extra jacket that the Ford wires don't have. And then they even come with these really cool boots, which we're totally gonna use because of the headers. Now obviously these wires are not gonna fit in the original keepers. We'll save them, of course. But it did come with its own keepers and some dielectric grease and stuff, which is pretty cool. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lay these out and try and figure out which wire goes where. Okay, that's simple enough. All right, I'm gonna lay these out, try and figure out which wire goes where. I've been kind of spoiled all these years. I always buy Ford Racings and they're numbered, you know? So it's kind of like cheating, you know? But all right, I'm gonna lay these out. We're gonna get these on the engine and get this thing running. All right, we're basically done here now. Distributors in, wires are in. I tried to get them all routed best I could. It's a pretty big wire. Thankfully it came with 8 keepers to get the wires tucked up out of the way, but I think it's pretty good. So you know, nothing left to do now but pull the spout connector. We got to do that. We got to pull that. And let me get this guy out of here. Okay, and now let's fire it up and just see how close we were setting the timing. And we have no, oh, I never hooked the connector back up on the starter. Okay, hold on. Okay, probably might start a little better now, a little easier anyways. Oop, I don't think we're quite there, are we? Nope. No, we are not. Okay. There we go, that sounds pretty good. I think we are off by 1 tooth, so not terrible, but not great. Yeah, look, I'm like 1 degree off now. All right, we get this thing timed. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Just ignore that mild tap, you don't hear that. Much better. Okay, cool. That one's fixed. This one's fixed. This one's fixed, but you know what that means? Yeah. It means it's lunchtime. Let's go get some grub. All right, so this one's running again, so that's cool. The 96, my daily driver, this one, she's back up and running strong, so that's cool. So I need to do some tinkering on this one. Nothing major. I just got to give her a once over from our last wheeling trip. So, you know, nothing exciting there. That means starting next week, hopefully, again, we're gonna start tearing into this thing. And we got a lot to do on this truck. So you know, stick around if you're interested, and you know, thanks for watching. And we had a pretty big storm the other day, and 2 of my trees came down. So looks like we're gonna have a slight delay here whilst I deal with this.